All right, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Akez, and this is your best life defined. So let's get right on this thing. So let me ask you a question. Where do you find your fuel? You know, that stuff that makes you go every day. Where do you find it? Kind of an important question when you think about it. See, it's none of my business, and it doesn't really matter how many people believe it's true or not. When you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? Do you feel energized? Is your tank full? Are you ready for the day? Are you energized about some of the things you're going to do? Or do you crawl out of bed like you're stuck to the mattress and you're thinking, one more day. One more day. Where are you finding your fuel? See, my truck, I got to be careful. In fact, I have to put fuel injector cleaner in my truck with every tank full because sometimes the fuel I put in it isn't good enough for it and it doesn't make it go quite like it should go. And if you think about it, that and as it compares to your own life, the same thing is true. What's fueling you? See, my observation, or I guess my reality in living the American dream, just like so many other people are doing right now, is that I wasn't finding the energy. Sure, at first when we got the big house and the car and I had a garden and a greenhouse and garage, all kinds of stuff I didn't have. But in the beginning, that stuff was like energized. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna grow a garden. We're gonna fix this room up, and we're gonna do that and do this and do that. And we did it. But what happened in the process was the fuel level, the energy level started to diminish because it was such a long, grueling process. And I guess what was really sad for me is the fact that it actually took me away from the things I love to do. It took me away from my own energy sources. I actually gave up playing the guitar because I thought, well, playing the guitar, shit, that's a waste of time. I need to work more. Really? No. So what I did was I ran out of gas, and before I know it, I was waking up at 4:30 in the morning, dragging my butt out of bed, doing what I do every day. And it was just stuff I did. Now, there were moments, there are always moments in our life, no matter what our life looks like, where we're like, yeah, that's cool. Hanging out with my dad, drinking beer under the gazebo, that was cool. Having a good weekend with the kids and taking a break from all that work and going and do something that was fun. But even then, for me, because I'm kind of weird like that burden just kept holding on. And the problem was I didn't have the fuel to escape it. I want to climb out of it. I'm like in a jet plane, and I'm like pouring on the throttle, and there just isn't enough in the tank to pull me out of it. Because that's what it felt like toward the end. When I was sitting there and I realized my dad was gone, and I'm surrounded by all this stuff that I don't even care about. And there's all these things I want to do, and I haven't taken steps towards doing any of them. Part of it was because I didn't have any gas in my tank. There was nothing in my life that was inspiring me to the degree that I was willing to go out and get it, that I was excited about it. And you kind of see this now. I don't know if you've watched or listened to my podcast or checked me out on YouTube. The energy level's coming up. This is my new space. This is my new energy source because, well, for a couple reasons. Because first and foremost, it's because there's something energizing about the idea that I'm helping people. And even if you just stumbled upon this, there are people who listen to it every day. I'm one of those people. I find inspiration in my own words. If you think that's weird, well, it's partly just the way it is. Because it's cool. I did that? Yeah, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks of it. I did it. Yeah, that's me. That's my effort, my work towards being better as a person, towards living my best life, towards trying to generate more sources of energy and fuel for my life. Think about this. Hell, I don't know. I could end up on Oprah. I could end up on some show where someone says, whoa. I could end up on Joe Rogan's podcast. Joe's my hero and all, but I did a podcast a while back about it. That'd be cool as hell. Who knows? But it's those ideas, those dreams that energize me. Do I want to get up at 5 in the morning? Do I want to sit here and continue to push podcast after podcast out with no idea for sure if anyone's listening or if it's really making an impact? No, there's a lot of other things I'd rather be doing, but the energy that comes from the idea of accomplishing my goal makes it worth it. And back to the point. The point is, if you don't have anything that's putting fuel in your tank, if your relationship with your partner isn't inspiring and doesn't drive you to work harder and to do more, then you probably don't have the gas to excel. You don't have the fuel in your tank to say, let's do this. Yeah, it's hard. I know. Let's do this. Ah, it sucks. I suck. Yeah, okay, let's do it anyway. Ah, I can't do it. Okay, then let's do it anyway. That's really what it's all about. Where are you finding your fuel? So I keep mentioning social media, and I guess maybe this is kind of becoming a pet peeve for me. And it's not because I don't see the value in social media, because I do. I see the value of being able to interact with people and to connect with people and to see what they're doing and to see what they're about. And that's important. But the sad part of it is that social media has taken the place of what we consider true action towards success. Put all you want on social media. Put all the posts and all the quotes and everything you want for the next year, and then take a look at your life and see how much of that changed your life in any significant way. That's the problem. Social media is cool. I love seeing pictures of my grandkids and my family and seeing what's going on in the world with friends I haven't seen in years. But is it giving you fuel? Is it fueling you? Is it inspiring you to get off your butt and decide, you know what, I'm tired of being 25 pounds overweight? Or hey, baby, you know what, I think we really need to stop drinking. Where's the fuel? See, we created a new fuel source for ourselves, which actually started as a deficit. Sandy and I, we've been kind of talking about buying a conventional home, and we're not quite ready yet, but we've got our eyes open because there's going to be a point when we come back to a conventional lifestyle. I mean, I don't plan on living in a fifth wheel until I die. And it's a new energy source for me, because now when I look at the expenditures, you know, that 20 there and 40 over here, buying stuff that, I could probably do without. All of a sudden, I have a whole new energy source, a whole new fuel source to drive me to say, no, put that back in your pocket. Keep that money in your pocket. Put it in the bank. That's for the house. Because it's going to be a nice house, and not by the standard of a big house or something people would drive by and go, oh my goodness, look at that big ass house. But rather by this standard that it fits our life, that it actually adds value and accents the life we're living. Because that's the ultimate source of fuel, is when everything in your life is adding energy to your life. So you go from this and you're like, yeah, and then you do this and you're like, yeah, and then you're out hiking, and then you're doing a killer workout because you know you're strong and you need to stay strong. And then you watch what you eat, or you go out on the grill and you kick down on some amazing food because you take pride in what you do there. And that adds fuel. But if you're going to fall in bed every night, at the end of a long day, you can choose to fall in bed because you spent the day busting your butt doing shit that didn't matter to you or that you didn't enjoy. Or you could fall in bed just dragging butt because you got a chance to spend the entire day doing shit that inspired you. And the only reason you're stopping is because you can't go anymore. It's a hell of a goal. No, I'm not living it. I'm not there. Well, yeah, I guess I kind of am there. I still spend a lot of time busting my ass doing stuff I don't enjoy. I mean, the agenda for today is a simple one. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get my workout in. I'm going to come back. I'm going to clean a truck. I'm going to clean a big-ass fifth wheel because it needs it. But the rest of the time, man, I mean, the idea that we get to go kayaking tomorrow, or we get to do this, or I get to go over this weekend and help my son remodel his bathroom and finish a little drywall. That shit's cool, man. Come on. And that's what I'm saying. What's the point? Where do you find your fuel? I find a lot of fuel with my wife. My wife is an energy source for me because she's out running right now, preparing for a marathon. And even if I wanted to not ride that bike today and to make some excuse so I wouldn't do it, it's still going to happen because it has to happen. Because it makes my life better. It adds fuel to my life so I can continue to do the things I do. I mean, think about it. Ride a mountain bike standing up at 6,000, 7,000 feet for 35 minutes straight, as hard as you can, then come in and do an hour of calisthenics, including weights. There isn't anything in your life, there isn't anything in your day after that you're not going to be able to do, and I guess that's the point. Find your fuel. That's a ticket. Yep. I've had a good time with this one. It's been kind of nice. I wake up every day and my fuel is the idea that someone's going to hear what I'm saying and I'm going to finally hone this message to where it makes sense, because maybe it doesn't make sense right now. Maybe I don't have all of it figured out to the point that you can understand it. But if you can't understand anything else, understand this, that if you don't have any fuel in your tank, if you don't have anything that is driving you forward, that makes your engine go toward things you've never done or things you dream of doing or things you want to do, you need to change up. You need to still go find some fuel. You need to find something that inspires you to be better than what you are right now, because time doesn't care. Time isn't going to stop for you. It isn't going to stop for me. And that's the issue. So, can't wait to go kayaking. That's going to be fun. Anyway, I'm going to cut this one short. I got a couple more things I need to do today. Got a full day ahead of me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. I think this is awesome. This is, the best part of this fuel thing is that people don't think it can happen. There are a lot of people that are watching what I'm doing, and I'll throw a post up now and then. I get a response here and there, but a lot of my people who know me and know how I am, they either appreciate it completely or they're just waiting to see me fail. And that's often the case. And that fuels it in a way, because guess what? This is for real. Because I realize that, it doesn't really matter about the people who don't care about this story, don't care about waking up and trying to add more value to their life and gain access to the life they want to live. This is about people like you who do. And this is you're who I'm talking to. And if you take these bits and pieces and you start putting it together in your own life and taking action towards those things that add fuel to your life and energize you to do even more than you're doing now, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. So, and for the rest of you, I hope you'll jump on. I hope that if there's some people who are struggling or just can't seem to get their shit together, point them in my direction. I don't mind talking. I love talking because that adds fuel to my fire and it adds energy to my life. So just remember, until next time, my name is Chris Jaquez, and today's your day. Make it a good one.